Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit for all of us who are all on this journey to love and to reunite with our divine vibrational matches in this lifetime. And I have to say that, so I'm going to share 4 channeled letters that I did for a lady yesterday. So, well, I've done them over a few days, and they really, really resonated really strongly with me. And so I thought I would share them with other people because, again, it gives great guidance on what we need to do. And I don't know about anyone else, but this weekend, felt real sadness and, yeah, kind of a real longing. So it was a kind of a real, yeah, like a real, it comes in waves, doesn't it? But this weekend, super strong. And of course it was the full moon, wasn't it? So, and it looked beautiful, like crazy. It was amazing. But yeah, just this weekend felt particularly, yeah, what is it? Yeah, really wanting to be there with them in the physical. And you know, that comes up really strongly from time to time, and this weekend was one of those times. Right, so I'm going to pull a Moonology card with this read. And so the 4 letters that I'm channeling, or that I did for this lady, that the reason why I'm sharing them is because I'm sure that it just struck a chord with me, and I was like, yes, I need to do that too. And so if it resonates for you, then basically do the same for you. So here we go. What's the Moonology guidance? Look, a fiery climax approaches. And also conclusions are within reach. And look at that moon. So a fiery climax approaches and conclusions are within reach. So very, you know, for both of those are full moon cards as well, both of them. And so that was, you know, this weekend, whoo, it was like, yeah, intense feeling of really wanting to be with them. So conclusions are within reach. So I'll do them in order. And so this is the first one that I did. So I really need you to know how sorry I am. Because basically very similar to me, she's been in contact, she got into contact, that contact happened again with her twin, and so they saw each other again, and then boom, it went again. So very similar, which is the same as happened to me sort of like, I don't know how many months ago now, but I really need you to know how sorry I am. It just all got too intense. All the feelings of intense emotions surging up in my chest. Panic at the thought of not being with you. Panic if it didn't work out. It suddenly comes over me. The intense fear that we don't work out. I get all in my head. I know that it's me. I know that it's my stuff. It's not you. How could it be? You are so perfect to me. Perfect for me, but that's what frightens me. You are so incredibly beautiful inside and out, and I don't want to tarnish that. I don't want to spoil you, and at the moment I can't give my all. I need to be ready to give you all of me, and I'm scared of being really seen. Right, so that was the first. So that was the message from his higher self to her. And then afterwards, thank you very much, by the way, you know who you are, for letting me share these. Because then she came back to me and said, you know, would you be able to ask whether he has any like contracts on him or negative contracts on him that he needs to release? And also, could you ask his higher self that? And I was like, I don't know, but I can give it a go, you know. And then also the next question, so the first question was, is there any negative contracts against him? What does he, and how do they get broken if there is? And the second one was, what support does she need to give him to help him? And then the final one was future children. And this is really interesting because yesterday the children message came up in yesterday's video. Of children card, and then I was channeling a letter from future children. So future children of them, what do you want, what do you see, and what do you want to say? So it kind of tells a complete story, right? So it tells why he suddenly vanished again, or why the contact suddenly stopped again. And then it was like, do you have any negative contracts against you? And this is the answer. So this was his to his higher self. So this is really good guidance, right? So for anyone that this like resonates with, then follow it. So he has negative energy linked to his soul contract. To break the contract, cleanse the soul. To cleanse the soul, have the intent for all negative attachments to leave now across all entities and dimensions. There is a need for him to step out of the way. He is too centered in his mind. He is too analytical in his thoughts. He is too attached to the negative lessons in his soul learnings. He needs to accept the learnings and say he is ready to move on. He is ready to take on the lessons into the positive aspect of his soul contract. He is ready to flip the switch, ready to take on the light that his soul is so yearning for, but he has stuck himself in a rut. You can move him forward into the light by doing this for him. Right, so that was saying basically you can do that for him. You can say, you can have the intent for him to release all negative attachments. You can have the intent for him to step into the light of his soul. You can have the intent for him to learn from the negative aspects of his soul journey, to give it thanks and to move on into the light. And you can do that for your twin, right? Because then the next question that she wanted to ask was, what support does she need to give to him, right? And this is just perfect, isn't it? Because it's saying conclusions are within reach. So, and this was the answer. So this is to her higher self, or to, well, their higher selves, basically, saying what support does she need to give? So you can clear the negative aspects of his soul contracts by simply having the intent for him to let them go. And then you must remain open and loving. The more that you send love intentionally from your heart to his, picture the light rays going from your chest to his. The light of your soul will empower his heart. You will feed him light energy. You will be the source of his transformation. He will start to feel good. He will start to feel energized by the love feeling rather than terrified by it. He will gradually start to come out of the negative, dark side of his soul shell, and he will start to let love feel good. So keep sending love and keep remaining open. That's all you can do. Right. So, and then basically what my guidance was saying was, like, when you're attached to the negative aspect or the negative learning of your soul contracts, or you're still in that negative learning phase, then basically love feels, just like this letter says, it feels terrifying, because it's immediately triggering all those aspects of the dark side of the soul, saying that you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, you don't deserve love, blah, 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 because you're stuck in that negative contract around the soul learnings of the darkness. And so that's why this letter, I mean, when you really go into, think, well, not even think, but really let your intuitive guidance give you more details around what it's saying. It's saying I'll read it again because it's really insightful, right? You can clear the negative aspects of his soul contracts by simply having the intent for him to let them go. And then you must remain open and loving. The more that you send love intentionally from your heart to his, picture the light rays going from your chest to his. The light of your soul will empower his heart. You will feed him light energy. You will be the source of his transformation. He will start to feel good. And it said he will start to feel the good, right? It's not just feeling good, it's the good. He will start to feel energized by the love feeling rather than terrified by it. He will gradually start to come out of the negative dark side of his soul shell, and he will start to let love feel good. So that to me is just so insightful, that basically if you're stuck in that negative soul, you know, negative learning, then actually love feels terrifying. It doesn't feel good. So you have to break down that negative learn to say, I'm ready to step out of this negative learning, to allow yourself to let love feel good. And of course, to us who are sort of like doing this and light workers, you know, that sort of blows my mind. I'm like, why wouldn't anyone want to be loved? I mean, it's just the most amazing feeling ever. But this really, really spoke so powerfully to me, because I was like, wow, if you are actually terrified to have that feeling of someone really, really loving you and caring about you, that's, you know, well, that's terrible, isn't it? So it just spoke. So I don't know, that like there are some things that just suddenly, you know, it's like recently there was this, you know, it's just like having that light bulb moment, and you're like, oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, if you're really stuck in that negative aspect of your soul learning, and then love doesn't actually feel good, it feels frightening. And so this is what we have to clear. We have to say, okay, we're ready for our twins to move out of that negative soul cycle, and allow them to feel our love, and allow them to let it feel good to them, not terrifying. Allow them to really give in to the good feeling, because it says in the letter, he will start to feel the good. So it's like he will start to, it's like he just won't feel good. It's saying he will start to feel the good. It's like the good energy. He'll start to, instead of, you know, yeah, repelling it, basically, is what he's doing, because it's like allowing that, the good feeling of it and the good side to come through. So just really, you know, so like, yeah, when you really go down into the layers and you just sit with it and just listen to it, perhaps if you listen to this video a few times, close your eyes and really let it sink in, and ask yourself, how is this impacting you and your connection, and what do you need to do for your connection? Then it will help you too. So the future, and then this message is from future children. So she was asking, what do they see? And so this is so lovely. So we see you. We are vibrationally formed. We are here. We are part of the universal consciousness. So we are ready to come to planet Earth when the frequency is ready for us to come. One event triggers another event. We can see it happening from a bird's eye view. We are sat at the top of the divine tree looking down, and we can see the whole plan. It's okay. All will come to be. All will come in place, because it is our soul story. It's already been written. It's already here. So it's okay. That's what you need to know. We see you. We feel you. We are waiting. Zero bound. We will come to planet zero when the energy is ready, and we will all start work again. So interesting, right? Planet zero. We will come when the energy is zero bound. We are waiting. Zero bound. It's like we will come to planet zero when the energy is ready, and we will all start work again. So, you know, they've obviously all had a lifetime before where they've tried to, you know, they've all had a life before, haven't they, together? So that's why they're like, yeah, we're waiting, we're waiting. And so what was so great, I'm just going to share, because then she sent me a message back, and she was like, it was wild. So she said, this is so bonkers. I literally automatically felt myself doing just what the letter suggested, setting the intention for myself and him to let go of all negativity, and negativity across all the dimensions, filling up with divine light, and me being a source of light for him when I was praying just after he disappeared last time. I wasn't angry or sad. I felt bad for him, a bit like he needed a little something. So I thought of him in prayer. And then the children's letter. I had a strong, strange dream a few months ago where I was actually coming to Earth in a pod type thing, through a void or portal maybe, traveling through space and time. and I was dreading it because it felt like going to work on a Monday after a nice relaxing holiday. That's what Earth is. It's like, oh no, we've got to do some hard work on this planet Earth. We've got to get it back to point zero for a start, which I just thought that's really interesting. That I don't think I haven't heard Planet Zero. I'm sure in any channelings that I've done, I've never heard it called Planet Zero before. So it was one of the realest dreams I've ever had, and honestly, I felt it was like a memory. So these are extra fascinating. She says, "You are brilliant at this, honestly." And of course, it's okay to share the letters, sending you lots of love. And so yeah, it is brilliant. I mean, it's totally not me. So I don't. So I mean, who knows how it all works, but it was very, very, and especially because this weekend felt very, I felt that interestingly when I did his letter, and it said, I'm ready to take on the light that his soul, he's ready to take on the light that his soul is so yearning for, but he has stuck himself in a rut. And that's very much like how I felt the energy this week. It's like that deep, deep yearning, and then that kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, yeah, it's just that deep yearning for something, and then well, someone obviously for your twin, and then yeah, it's just that, and sort of like lots of I had lots of images of over the last however many years, sort of flashing before me and everything, and it was just very intense this weekend. So and then I always kind of forget, oh yeah, well, it's the full moon, and what's the full moon doing? So the full moon, just like it said here, was just saying, fiery climax and a conclusion is in reach. And this morning when I woke up for my twin, I had strongly to use the power of the black jaguar to help him on his journey. And so the black jaguar used to be shamanic, what do you call it? Basically a type of shaman. And so I had very strongly this morning, it was like help him to use the power of the black jaguar to help him on his, soul journey. So there you go. I thought I'd share because this is so strong. So I was doing this for me and my twin last night as well, because I was like, oh yeah, I feel that this is so what I need as well for me. So look, and look what it is. Show the world the real you. And look at the bottom, you can't make this stuff up. What do you need to release? So allow them to step into the light is the answer today. It is saying, help them along on this soul path. Allow them to let go of those negative learnings. It's about saying, I accept the negative learnings that my soul contract has given me. I send them, I send it away with love across all time, space, and dimensional realities. I am ready to step into the light of my soul. I am ready to step into the lessons of the light in my soul contract. So, and then release everything else with love. I mean, and then allow them to be who they truly are, which is basically the love vibration, just like you. We're helping each other break into that more and more and more. So, just like wild, isn't it? So that's the message for today. And, it's just magic to be able to see these things. And I would never have got that for myself without doing it for other people. So just again, to say thank you so much to everyone that comes to me, because it's a true blessing to be able to do it and to then be able to share it with others, to help others as well, because we're all part of a collective. And there's a reason why it happens. There's a reason why you come to me. There's a reason why the messages need to come out. And it's just to remember that, look what's looking up at me as well. This relationship deserves a second chance. So trust in your, trust in you, trust in your intuition, trust in all the things that you're guided to do, even though you might think that they seem totally, totally crazy, crazy, crazy. Just trust, you know, and follow your guidance, and trust that this relationship does deserve a second chance, or a third, fourth, fifth, however many, however many it is. But just trust in your path. All right, I really hope that helps. If you would like a healing, a reading, a channeling, or to get any of my books, then please do. All details are in the description box against this video. I just have to say thank you so much, because people keep saying, I really like your headbands and your hats. And I'm like, that's because we've been in lockdown for like who knows how long. So my roots are just so bad. So headgear is definitely 2021 for me. It's all about the headgear. So anyway, so thank you so much. That's so sweet. And yeah, I really appreciate it. All right. I hope everyone has a good day. So stay well, take care, and see you tomorrow. Bye.